Good evening, SST family. I'm Eloise.
And I'm Billy.
We are so excited to cover this year's reunion, where everyone came together in Baltimore to celebrate the family's shared history and lasting bonds.
That's right. Today, we'll be hearing from some of the OG family members. These reunions have been a cornerstone of the family for generations, and they're here to share why they're so important. First, let's hear from one of the cherished OGs, who will tell us how these gatherings have kept the family strong and connected over the years.
You're up.
I am sitting here with Uncle Robert Kidd Stanford. How you doing today?
I'm doing quite well.
Quite well. All right. What's your favorite part about the reunions?
Everyone getting together, making it a family like this. Our family should be like this. You know, not only the once or twice every 2 years, but all the time.
I agree.
That's the way we should be.
And why are you winning all the prizes?
Good question! Good question!
What's your trick?
Luck of the draw.
Okay. Fair answer. That's fair. Let's see what else I got for you. So why did it become the SST reunion? Why not just Smith, just Stanford, just Thomas?
Because it was Stanford, Smith, Thomas. Thomas was part of the reunion.
Okay.
So when it started out, it was Stanford, Smith, Thomas. And somewhere along the line, the Smiths and the Thomas ran out of people and stuff.
All right. Sounds good. You have anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I didn't like that question about me winning all the prizes.
The people wanted to know. I'm here for the people.
Some put a bounty on my head.
Is that what I did? No, it's actually on your son's head. That's whose head is on your son.
Oh, okay.
You're off the hook.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
off the
yeah.
hook.
Yeah, Tony won all the prizes this year.
This year. Last year he won a lot of last year. Oh, I didn't y'all interview him.
Usually it's the old man,
Mm-hmm.
but now we got a new regime.
Tony done took over.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Uncle Bobby.
Thank you.
Thank you for that insightful perspective. Next up, we have another family pillar who's been attending these reunions for decades. Let's hear what makes this tradition so special to them.
This is Ann Poochie, Dorothy Hill. I'm not sure if anyone's asked this question yet, but what advice do you give to us going forward to make sure we don't let this legacy that you guys have built die?
Awesome.
We, as sisters and brothers, started it, like we said, in Pennsylvania. And because it goes to every state, each brother or sister, wherever we lived, that's why it keeps moving around. And because it gives everybody an opportunity to see other states and see what they're all about. And for those of you coming up, when you know that you are hosting the next reunion, get ready when you find out it's yours. Because it starts that day. You start listening to deciding what you want to do, because we're here in August right now. We got 4 more months in this year, and next year is already a year away from your reunion. So you really only got like a year and a half to prepare. So be ready. Be ready.
Okay, and to piggyback on that, and I'm asking this because the cousins of some of the cousins in this, I guess the second generation, we've had conversations with one another.
Okay.
And how important it is to keep this going. But I will say we're kind of apprehensive and kind of unsure how we can match because you all were siblings, and it was so much easier that we see. We're cousins, and we still have the love for each other, but how do we continue like you guys did?
You keep that same love that throughout the family that's been going on all this time. You stay with that same love because you are a product of the ones who started this. They gave you love. You get together and bring all that love together, and just make sure that you talk to each other. Talk to each other and decide what's going on. There is not one person that decides what goes on. Everybody decides what goes on. You can't say we're gonna do this and that's it. You decide together on what you're gonna do and how it's gonna go.
Okay.
But you guys are not young people. You're not young. You're younger than us. But you're not young. And you got brains. And you got good ideas. There's so much you can do now that we couldn't do before.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
Such words of wisdom from Poochie. It's always inspiring to hear how much these reunions mean to those who've been with us from the very beginning.
Absolutely. Now, let's move on to our next interview. This OG has a unique perspective on how these events have evolved over time, while still holding on to the values that make the family strong.
Alice, one of our founders. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
Good, good. So what is your first memory of the SST reunion?
You know, I'm so glad that you asked me that question because I was ready for it. And the only thing I need to say is that, first of all, when we started this reunion, but do you know we started on the back of our ancestors? Our ancestors. I bought the shirt. We did start in 1989. People think we started in 93, 92. It started in 89. Way back when. And when I say that, I'm going to say it because Sister Poochie, she lived in California. And she came every year for, I think, 3 years to Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania, and she always did that reunion from Pennsylvania. And so it did not really start in 92 or 93. It started in 89 because Poochie came from California and did that reunion 3 times in Pennsylvania. And the next one that was done was in 92. And then when I did it in Detroit,
1995.
I did it in Detroit in 95. And I brought this shirt because I told you before, we started this reunion because of the ancestors. Not us, the ancestors. I have the ancestors on this shirt. The Smith side, the Stanford side, the Thomas side. And they go back. The years go back. I don't think I have years on here, but I know they go back because my mother, my grandmother, and my father, my grandfather, and the Thomas side, Carrie, and their people that went back, and they all came before us, and we started this on the backs of our ancestors. And we are just keeping it going. You know what? I just know if they even knew the half of what was going on with us, and I know Poochie can vouch for it. Barbie can vouch for it. Elma can vouch for it. If they just knew what was going on with their family, they would be proud. And I know they're up there laughing and shouting in heaven that we have done this, and it's going, and it's going, and it's going. And it's been years now since 1989. And I'm probably talking too much, but I just think you ought to know it. I think you know, because most people don't know. I mean, you know, we've been together a long time. There's hardly anybody, people say it, you just heard it from Kevin. Kevin said it. This is what families do.
Yeah.
This is what families do who stay together, who just keep it going. And you know what? The other thing is, people will knock you down. People will try to knock you down. You know what we did? Got up. We got up and we kept going, and we're still going. And we're gonna go until.
That's right.
And I know ancestors are proud.
There you go.
Thank you.
That's it.
What else is there?
And plus I done ran out of storage.
That was truly enlightening. It's clear that these reunions are more than just a gathering, they're a way to pass down wisdom and keep the family traditions alive.
And as we continue through today's event, we'll hear from our next OG, Elma, who will give some advice on how to organize these family reunions.
Very tough. The best thing for you to do is to host it along with somebody within that state that, you know, in your family. Because if you don't, if you try to do it on your own, it doesn't go.
Too much work.
Too much. Yes. But it's fun.
Once we get to it.
That's right.
Yep. Why do you think the reunions have lasted this long? We started with 1992.
All the way back from 1992, yes.
2024.
All the way to 2000. At first we started out with every year. And after 92, we started doing. After 93, we started doing it every other year, and it's like. Give me the question again.
Why do you think it's lasted so long?
Okay, why it's lasted so long? Well, our family is big, and we love doing it. We just like getting together. Family is family. Is family.
That's right. What do you think about, why did you guys come up with changing the location every other year?
Well, everybody wanted to go to a different state. Going to Pennsylvania every year. It was okay, but then I don't know who came up with going to a different state every year. But we enjoy it.
And it works.
And it works.
Yep. So every 10 years we're in a different state.
Right.
Back to your original state. What, 10 years ago we was here?
Yes, 10 years ago.
Yep. 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 That's all I got, y'all. Got anything you want to add?
If I hope to be for the next one, which will be in 2034, which I don't think I'm going to make it. But if I do, I hope y'all make it with me. That's all right.
Thank you, Auntie.
Thank you.
Indeed, their words remind us of why we gather year after year. Now, we'll wrap up with one last interview with this OG, and get their thoughts on the significance of the family reunion.
Let's listen and reflect on the past, and look forward to what the future holds for the SST Family Reunion tradition.
Our families, we were all raised to be close together, and we were raised to love one another even if you didn't like it, but we were raised together as a family. And the people, the siblings that have been doing it so far, they don't give up. Nobody gives up. Nobody says, oh, we ain't having reunions this year because it's too much work. Nobody says that. Everybody's willing to do their part, and no matter what that part might be. And you know, it may not be a big part. You know, you may not be the host. You may not be doing a lot, but you know, just doing anything and doing something, you know, is better than nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we appreciate your insight, Aunt Jackie. In 10 seconds, can you look into that camera and just give my generation and below just some encouragement and insight on how to keep this thing going?
Sure. Okay. For all the grandkids of Lillian Sumter Stanford, all you got to do is believe in yourself, believe in each other, love each other, and really keep in contact with each other, so you know what the other's thinking.
There you go.
Thanks for that, Jackie. What a way to close out the interview sessions.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all for tuning in, and hopefully everyone takes in all of the words from today as we head to Detroit and beyond. This has been the SST Family Reunion News, live from Baltimore, Maryland, 2024.